All right, in this video, I want to be able to kind of put all the pieces together for looking at data measurement. So the previous two videos, we looked at data measurement in a very brief overview way, and I want to provide you kind of a little bit more practical example. So here's a data set. It's a relatively small data set. There's only 50 observations, and we have these variables of interest. We have a customer number. We have the hour of the day. By the way, this is web browsing data. So they go to a website by the name of Heavenly Chocolates, and this is the hour of the day that they visit that. This is the day of the week they visit that particular website. This is their browser they use: Chrome, other, Firefox, other must be Netscape. This is how much time they've spent on the website, and this is the number of pages they viewed on the website, and then this is the amount of money they spent during this visit on the website. So each one of these represents a different customer. And just for some clarity, I've had the question asked to me in the past, well, is it possible that they're the same customer, just different visits? And the answer is yes. It could be that customer number 2 is also customer number 14. They went back a second time and made an additional purchase. But according to the website, they're just talking about a potential consumer, any average consumer coming in and making a purchase on the website. So what we want to investigate here, I want to look at a couple of things. One of the variables of interest that we like to take a look at is the time spent on a website. So one of the things that we can do very easily is start to come up with our basic descriptive statistics. I'll just call them the descriptive measures for now of each of the time spent. So here we want mean, median. I'm not going to do mode, but we can do variance. We could do standard deviation. We could do min, max. I also like to do sum and also count. And these are also other good measures for about our data set. I'm going to format this just briefly. I'm going to go ahead and just make this a title. Oh, what happened there? Didn't click well enough. I'm going to shift these to the right and then make these heading 4. Now, what I want to do, actually, these last 3 columns are really interesting, and I changed my mind. Let's kind of do some descriptive statistics for all of them. So I'm going to just copy these headers, and I'm just going to paste them right here. And then I'm going to give them a cell style. I don't want to keep going back to that. So here we go. Let's make that heading 2, and let's just space these out just a little bit so we can kind of see what's going on. All right. So this is how I'm going to calculate these. So the mean is the average of the column of time. I'm going to, by the way, copy this portion, because this is the range that I want. Heavenly Chocolates is the name of my tab, and E is the column that I want. So I'm just going to hit enter, and you're going to see what I mean. I'm going to type median, paste, boom. I'm going to hit equals variance dot sample, paste, boom. This is equal to standard deviation, sample. All right, min. Oh, I got ahead of myself. Max. Range is min, or max minus min. And then this is equal to sum. And then this is equal to count. All right, so I did those really quickly. Let me make sure that I have just some kind of basic formatting, and just copy this left to right. All right, so now I have descriptive measures of all of these things. Now I can start to take a look at what's happening with my data set. There's also something here I want to pay attention to here, and this is the min, max, and range of my time spent. I can see that I have a variance of 28 minutes between visitors, right? And then with that, I also have a variance of 140 not a variance, excuse me. I have a difference of $140 between the lowest spending and the highest spending customer. And then we can see some variances, variances with that dollar amount. So that's quite a bit of money. Okay, so, but let's kind of take a look at a few other things when we kind of think through this. The other thing that I want to be able to have, I want to have some categorical data. So coming back here, maybe it's based on the day of the week, right? I'm going to copy this column here that says day. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to just go paste values. I have to do it over here. Paste values. Go to data. Remove duplicates. Make sure my data has headers is selected. And I found 7 unique names. Okay, so I'm going to just take this, move it down here. I know that day is at the top, and I want to put these in order. So I'm going to select on a cell. I'm going to hold down my shift key and then click and drag these in order: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm going to go ahead and leave Sunday. I'm going to put Sunday at the top. All right. And I want, I'm going to go ahead and copy this formatting down here. And actually, I'm going to want that formatting there. And I want to look at a couple of things. Hold on a second. I want to look at the the time spent total on each day of the week, and then I want to look at the time spent on average days of the week, and then I want to look at the amount of just kind of make it simple, the amount the pages viewed, and then also the amount spent. So here is one way of looking at it. I can say that I want to look at the sum of all of those, and then I want to look at the average of all those. Okay. So I have a couple of shortcuts that I'm going to use here. I didn't want that. I'm going too fast. Can't even keep up with myself. All right, there we go. I'm going to let these overlaps occur just as they are. So in order to be able to do this description, I need to basically do an equal a sum if. And the first of the sum if is I want to pick the range I want to sum. I want to evaluate for a criteria. So really, people sometimes get confused that this range is the range they want to sum. Actually, this is the range I want to go look up the value Sunday. So I come back to my data set, and it is in this column C. Right? And then the criteria that I want to look at is in sheet 2, B17, but I want to delete this sheet 2 thing in case I have issues. It always irritates me. And then the last thing is what I want to sum now is going to be the time. So that is column E. Okay, so this is the total amount of time spent. And let me kind of take a moment and review this formula real quick. So here at the top is where I'm looking. So sum if. This first part is the area that I wanted to look up the criteria. So the criteria is going to be existing in this particular column. The second part here is the criteria itself. It's looking specifically at this cell. And then the last, this is the area that I wanted to sum. So that was column E. So if I go back and I look at column C, this is my criteria column, and this is my sum column. Okay. So I'm going to come back and finish this in the next video.